Hi all. I'm going to make a quick little project here. You can use it for a gift any time of the year. Just make little circles out of cotton yarn. You can use any kind of cotton. I prefer 100%, but since this is going to be like a makeup scrubby or something like that, you can use the cotton blend yarns. But just get any kind of jar that you might think is pretty, and just save it, wash it. You know, I just happen to have a bunch of these little jelly jars. So I just wanted to show you how I do this. It's a Yarn Art brand. Their Ideal cotton. It's 100% cotton. It's a 2-weight yarn, and I'm going to use a 3mm hook. So let's get started. I did a slip knot, and then I'm going to do 4 chains. I'm not doing a magic circle because they can, even if you stitch them in really well, they can come undone. So I tend to, especially for anything that's like a kitchen item or dishcloth or washcloth, anything that's going to go in the laundry a lot, I like to use a chain circle. So there's 4 chains. And then I did a slip stitch to the first chain. Now I'm going to do single crochets over my yarn tail, and you'll be able to cinch up and weave in this yarn tail. Okay, so I'm going to put 8 single crochets into my circle of chain stitches. You can if you want, use a magic circle if you're confident that after multiple washings that it won't uncinch and open up. You're more than welcome to do that. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 more to make 8. Okay, and just count your stitches back from your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's the 8th one. You can drop your tail. Okay, so now just put 2 single crochets in every stitch. And I'm going to use a stitch marker because I want I want to know when I'm at my next row, or I should say round. That way when I come around to that part, come around to the round, I'll know to change my stitch count. So here's the first one, right here. And some people put it on the second stitch of the first space, like here's the first space. But I just put it on the first stitch of the first space, so that I know for sure that's the first one. You can do however you like. This is Crochet Your Way today, not my way, your way. So you just go around and put 2 single crochets all the way around. Okay, so we've come to the end, and I'm going to take out my stitch marker, and I'm going to slip stitch. Actually, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick my hook right into that first stitch and just do a single crochet, and I gotta make sure I put it in the right place. Yes. Now I'm going to put my stitch marker in the first stitch right here of this new row, because this is the first one that went into that old space where I had the stitch marker before. So I put 2 stitches in, and now I'm going to put 1 single crochet into a space. Then I'm going to put 2 single crochets and then 1. So just make sure you follow the pattern 2 and 1, 2 and 1 until you get back to your stitch marker. I'll meet you back. Okay, so I'm at the end of my round, and I'm going to put 2 single crochets in this stitch that I just pulled the stitch marker out of. I'm going to put my stitch marker in the first of the 2 single crochets in that first stitch. Okay, so now I'm going to do 1 single crochet in the next space and then 1 single crochet in the second space. So it's 2 1 1 2 1 1 all the way around. 2 single crochets in this space and then 1 single crochet. I'll see you when we get back. Okay, so I'm at the end of this round. We just did 2 1 1, so now we're going to do 2 1 1 1. So first we'll put our 2 single crochets into that first stitch. We're going to put our stitch marker back on the first of the 2 stitches, and then we do 3 1 1 1, 1 in this next one, and then 1 in this next one, and then 1 in this next one. So 3 2 and then 1 2 3 all the way around. I'll meet you back. Okay, so I just wanted to point out that you don't have to make them super big. Just make them enough to fit in your jar. So I could probably do 1 more row and then I'll be done. And when you come around to the end, you may not always get your full pattern, and that's okay too. So I had 2 and then I only had 1. I didn't have enough for the 3rd single crochet, so that's okay too. So let's start the next row. We put 2, as always, into our first space, and I've just split the yarn. Okay, there we go. There's 1, and there's 2. And this, since this is the last one, but I still want to make sure I stop when I mean to. So there's the first one right there. And so this will be 4 single crochets going around. Okay, so I've come to the end. I'm just going to go ahead and take my stitch marker out. It looks a little bit like an octagon. There is a trick to that. If you want to continue to make a circle, but you don't want it to look like an octagon, you start your pattern in a different place. So you just put a couple of single crochet stitches randomly, and then do your double crochet or your 2 stitches in that spot, and then start the pattern from there, and just randomly start your pattern from your new row, and that will fight that pattern. So anyway, I'm just gonna do a slip stitch. Okay. Just pull it tight. Excuse me. And now we want to put our loose thread And this is like, I guess number 10 cotton. If you wanted to just use thread instead of, you know, yarn, but you can use any cotton. Just use the correct needle or the correct crochet hook that fits that yarn weight. It usually tells you on the package, the ball band, what size hook you should use with it. You could also go to the Craft Yarn Council, and I think they also have a yarn weight and hook. So this is where I crocheted over my beginning yarn, and now I'm going to just tighten it up a little bit. I'm doing this on the back. Now I'm going to skip over this yarn that's the last one that I crocheted over, and I'm going to go backwards. And so that first one is actually going to kind of catch it. And then you can do the same with the next. You can go over the next yarn and then go back through those stitches. And so it hooks on this side right here. And now I'm just going to go forward just a couple more stitches. And that will help keep your center from expanding out too much. And that is it. So I'll add it to the collection. I hope you enjoyed this project, and it's a nice way to start practicing circles. And if you want to try working with a lighter weight yarn, if you've never used a lighter weight yarn, this is a great project to learn how to do the circles. It's always good for me because I tend to forget how many stitches I'm supposed to do for a circle, and you can do like single crochets, half double crochets, and double crochets in circles, and you can practice on your stack of facial scrubbies. And since they're just going to get makeup all over them, and you're just going to run them through the wash and bleach them, it's, you know, these don't have to be pretty, but they're great to practice. So I recommend, you know, you can start a little jar for yourself, or you want to make a little present for somebody. You know, it's just, it's good for you to practice. But I hope that you enjoyed this, and please like and subscribe. And if you want to, you can share it with somebody who you think might enjoy learning how to make face scrubbies. Thanks for watching. Crochet your way today with Tina.